Welcome to our web exclusive. I'm Mike Montecalvo along with Eyewitness News analyst Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio. We're going to stay on the theme of security, General, with the Sochi Winter Games going on this week. You've been pleased to see how security has been?
Yeah, in fact I have. Within the confines of the Olympics Village itself, absolutely flawless from what I could see. The problem still continues to be what happens once you get outside that parameter, going from one city to another and being able to transit that area in a safe way. I'm not so sure that they've shared enough information in that arena. But within the confines of the Olympic Village, I think it's going pretty well. And
you know, we've seen in the last couple of weeks a bomb threat from a plane from Green to Florida, JetBlue plane, and then we saw a plane in Turkey, an attempted hijacking, attempted bombing on that plane. So you can see that two things that happened in the last couple of weeks that can change the whole dynamic.
Absolutely. You know, I think it's necessary to point out from time to time the difference between terrorism and lone individuals who are looking for 15 minutes of fame. I think you can probably put the latter two in that category, meaning that it wasn't obviously tied to terrorism itself. As they found out once he landed somewhere else, he was obviously on drugs or something, thinking he did land in Sochi. On the other hand, the individual that went from Providence to Orlando was once again not tied to any terrorism. So there's a difference. Unfortunately, the airplane is the vehicle of choice in this case, but I think we should feel pretty comfortable that the safety precautions in place now are adequate.
Something like that, though, is still a terrorist threat.
It is. It is. You treat everything as though it's a terrorist threat. When you take off the skin, you still have something in the middle that would suggest there's some harm that's able to be gotten through either hijacking or even the insinuation that there's a bomb on board something. And so consequently, terrorism itself, the application of terrorism means you cause terror. Terrorism, international terrorism, means somebody's trying to do something politically. And so there is a difference, but nevertheless, same precautions.
Homeland Security over the last year or so has relaxed some of the measures. Security is still tight at airports, but they have relaxed some of the measures. That's been okay so far?
Yeah, I think so. Until somebody finds a way to compromise it, as we discussed last week, the tubes, toothpaste tubes, and other kinds of vehicles of 3 ounces or less now can be probably looked at from getting one tube of something with another one, and you can put a composite bomb on board the aircraft. That may change, looking at how do we allow stuff to be taken on board versus putting it on your check-in luggage.
Okay, let's switch gears to talk about the security plan in schools. Governor Lincoln Chafee last week releasing that. Obviously, this is all stems from what happened in Sandy Hook 2 years ago. Yeah. You're happy with that plan?
I am. I've yet to see it unfold, but I know the ingredients that are in place obviously would be well taken should they all cooperate with each other. You have the law enforcement, REMA, you have the school administration systems, and you have the state looking at the overall preparedness of the schools and public schools specifically. So I think it's a good plan, and really you don't have a plan until you run out of time to change it, and then it goes into an operation.
You know, General, this has come up too, BCI checks. So many people will walk into the schools, even people in the TV industry for Reading Week, Career Day, you know, whatever it is. There are some school districts like Warwick now that are requiring BCI checks for people going in. Do you like that idea?
Well, I think so. You know, if on the other hand, I think they have to be reasonable about it too. If you walk into a school, they know who you are. If I walked into a school, perhaps somewhat less, but they still know basically who I am. Where you have a stranger walking in representing somebody that they're not aware of, that's the time I think you should look at some other options about BCI checks and so on.
All right, quickly, General, we're running out of time. Syria, the unrest still continues there.
Still continues. They have not met the deadline. That's pushed off now to March, but they're still attacking the civilians, and Assad continues to use that, and they've not complied. I think it's around 4% that they've complied with actually taking those weapons out of Syria in accordance with the agreements.
All right, quickly, so what should the United States do at this point?
I don't think they're going to do anything at this point. They don't have any options at this particular juncture. I think they're still looking at the possibility of meeting that criteria to be able to get those weapons out in an orderly way.
All right, General, thank you for your thoughts. Thanks for watching.